Today you're going to be learning about percent of decrease. Make sure that your class period and your name and the date is on your Cornell Notes. Your topic today is hashtag percent decrease. We're going to be using the same strategy that we've been using to find percent of decrease. Pause the video and think about what percent of decrease might mean. Okay, your essential question is describe a real-world example of when you would use a percent of decrease. Our hashtag, since we are using a decrease, our hashtag is going to look a lot like the first one we had. You'll notice that your original amount is going to be your 100%, and it is on the bottom of our hashtag. Your labels are original, decrease, and new. We're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to put labels for what the original and the new is going to represent. So let's take a look at our first example. It says a DVD player that was $280 is now on sale for $220. What is the percent of decrease? Okay, so I have a DVD player that was $280. So my original amount is $280. So it's an original amount. I'm going to put it right here. My new amount after it's been on sale, so the new is also going to be amount or cost, is going to be $220. And my question states, what is the percent of decrease? So I am looking for this percent here. Okay, well, I have to use this row because this is where my X is. So I need to know what this amount is going to be. I know that 220 plus the decrease is going to equal the original amount. So I can work backwards. 280 minus 220 is going to give me this amount here, and it is 60. So I'm going to be saving $60, but I want to know what is this percent. So I am going to need the decrease row, so I'm going to circle it, and I'm going to need the original amount. These are the two that I'm going to set up my proportion. So I'm going to go 60 over 80 is going to, 60 over 280 is going to equal X over 100. Now remember, we cross multiply and we divide. Now I notice that I have two zeros here that I can take out. So now when I cross multiply, my numbers are going to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 100. That gives me 600. And I'm going to take the 600 and I'm going to divide it by 28. Now you're going to be able to use your calculator. So when you divide 600 divided by 28, you're going to get 21.4. We're going to round all of our answers to whole numbers. So my X is going to equal about 21% decrease. Okay, so now let's look at our next example. Remember, you can pause the video and catch up and then just restart it when you're ready. Our next example states a 24% decrease in water level has made the lake 28 feet deep. What was the original depth of the lake? Okay, so my labels are going to be original depth and the new depth. And all I'm doing is taking the labels from the word problem. Okay, so I have a 24% decrease. That's going to go here. I know that my lake is now 28 feet deep, so that is my new depth. And the question is asking for the original. How deep was the lake originally? Okay, so once again, I need this missing. No, I'm going to need this up here because I need to use the X and I need to use this amount here. So I can work backwards. 100 minus 24 is going to give me 76%. So I can use this line here to set up my proportion. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write 28 over X equals 76 over 100. I'm going to cross multiply and divide. So I'm going to take the 100 times the 28, and that's going to give me 2,800. And I'm going to take that 2,800 and I'm going to divide it by the 76. Again, you're going to be using your calculator, and so when you put this in your calculator, you're going to see that the original lake was about 37 feet deep. So my x is going to equal 37 feet deep. Okay. All right. Again, you can pause the video so you can get everything you need on this example. We're ready to go to the back. On the back, it says a picture has been reduced by 30%. If the original length of the picture was 20 inches, what is the new length? So my original and my new are lengths. So I'm going to put length and length here. It has been reduced by 30%. I know that my original length is the 100%. And then I come in and I look. If the original length of the picture was 20 inches, so they have given me this value. It says, what is the new length of the picture? So I want the new length. Again, I'm going to need this percentage here. I know that 100 minus 30 is 70%. And so now I'm going to use this row and this row for my proportion. So I'm going to write x over 20 is going to equal 70 over 100. Now on this one, I can see that I have a relationship between my numbers. If I take out these zeros here, I see that if I multiply 10 times 2, I'm going to get 20. So that tells me that I can multiply 7 times 2, and that is going to give me x. And so 7 times 2 is 14. So my x is going to equal the new length of my picture is going to be 14 inches is the new length. Okay, so now you're ready to try one on your own. What I would like for you to do is pause the video, and I would like for you to try this next one. Set it up and solve. Remember, you can use your calculator to do this. I am going to show you, I will put the correct hashtag on here and I will solve it so that you can check your answers before you're finished. Okay, so pause it and solve. Okay, how did you do? Check your answers with this hashtag here. We had a 60% decrease in the number of people who voted this year. 1,500 people voted last year, so that's my original amount. And my question was asking for how many fewer people voted. And so that is how many less people we had, so it's the decrease amount. Okay, so my original number is 1,500, that's my 100%. I'm looking for the decrease at 60%. And so I'm using these two rows, which I have circled. Okay, so my proportion, x over 1,500, is equal to 60 over 100. I saw a relationship between my numbers. I know that if I multiply 100 times 15, it gives me 1,500. So I know that I can multiply 60 times 15 to give me x. When you do that and put it in your calculator, you will see that your x is going to equal 900. And so we had 900 fewer people who voted this year. Okay, so this concludes your notes. You're going to need your notes for your assignment. Go ahead and stop the video and get this glued in your journal. Thank you.